Hey everyone, it's Mr. Han here. Here are our notes on power powers. Now, in the last set of notes, we talked about exponents. Wow, I blanked out on that word. And so, before we get into the thick of the notes, we are going to just kind of review what does exponents mean. So, exponents means repeated multiplication. And I kind of talked about how in elementary school you learned about repeated addition is multiplication. And so exponents is repeated multiplication. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. We have 7 to the third power. So here we can see that the base is 7 and the exponent is 3. So we have 7 to the third power. And so you can see that 7 is repeated 3 times. And it's being multiplied by itself 1, 2, 3 times. So here we can see 7 to the third is the same thing as saying 7 times 7 times 7. Hey, Mr. Takaya.
Do you want your students drawing lines connecting the answers?
I don't know. Sorry about that. So here I'm going to ask you to simplify these. Now, these are already given to you, okay? So you could see 3ab to the fourth times 2a. And then here we'll go over that one in just a second. So here, okay, we can see that 3ab to the fourth, right? Right here, what's our exponent? This whole entire 3ab to the fourth is not raised to the fourth power. Only b is raised to the fourth power. So what you're going to see right here is 3a, but b to the fourth power is raised 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay? And then you have 2a written out. So the first step, if you remember, is to expand. So I'm going to go ahead and write down right here, 1, expand. The next thing we do after we expand is to reorder. So here, you can see everything on the top that we expanded is going to be accounted for in this reorder section. Okay? So you have 3, 2, and then we have the a's, so a times a, and b, 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 b. And so everything, like I said, is accounted for. So you can see everything is highlighted. All we did is we took this and we reordered it. So the numbers come first, the a's, then the b's. Okay? And once we reorder, then what we can do is we can simplify. So to simplify, we multiply 3 times 2, which is 6. We have 2 a's and b to the fourth. So that right there is simplifying. We could go ahead and put 3, simplify. All right, so let's go ahead and try this one. It's not given to you. If you'd like, you could pause this and try it on your own. Okay, so here we have 10 h to the third, q to the fifth, times 9 hq to the third. So I'm going to go ahead and circle my base here, h, and the exponent is 3. So we're going to go ahead and write this out, 10 times h to the third power times q to the fifth power. So we have wrong color. Wrong letter. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? Times 9 times h times, and right here we have another exponent, q to the third power. So we're going to go ahead and expand q to the third power. So we expanded. Next, we need to reorder. So let's go ahead and put the numbers first, then the letters. These are h's. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Now, I had a student in the class that I actually have right now ask, hey, does it matter if I put the Q's first or the H's first? we want to go in alphabetical order. So H comes before Q in the alphabet, so we're going to go ahead and put the H's first. If you can try your best to be put in alphabetical order, that'd be great. So let's go ahead and simplify. 9 times 10 is 90. And then we have a total of 3 plus 1, so there's a total of 4 H's repeated, so H to the 4th. And Q to the 5th times Q to the 3rd is a total of 8, so Q to the 8. So there you go, we went ahead and simplified, okay? So this is just what we learned yesterday or the day before or whenever we took those notes, okay? And so today we're focused on power of power. So what does that mean? Power of powers means when you have exponents or an expression with exponents, okay? And that's going to be raised to another power. So here, let's look at the 3 examples, and I'm just going to kind of go over them briefly. You can see we have 7 to the 3rd power to the 2nd power. So here, everything inside the parentheses, okay, we're going to expand first. So let's look here, 7 to the 3rd. What's our base and what's our exponent? 7's our base and 3 is our exponent. So you can see right here, inside the parentheses, we have 7 to the 3rd. So we have 7 times 7 times 7. We have this base multiplied by itself 1, 2, 3 times. Okay? And so now we have everything in the parentheses expanded. But now you're going to see that power of powers means an exponent raised to another exponent. So here I'm going to do that in orange. It's all raised to the 2nd power. So there should be 2 groups of 7 to the 3rd. So you can see there's 7 to the 3rd. There's one of those multiplied by itself, 7 to the 3rd again. Okay? And so now we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So we have 7 to the 6th. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Inside the parentheses, what's our base? 3. What's our exponent? 2. And that's all raised to the 4th power. So there should be inside the parentheses, 3 to the 2nd power. You can see 3 to the 2nd power inside the parentheses. But the question is, how many of those do we multiply? So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so now if we look at this, right, we can go ahead and take this and say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 to the 8th power. Okay? Let's go ahead and look at this last example right here. 9 to the 2nd power, all raised to the 5th power. So here our base is 9, and our exponent is 2. So inside our parentheses, we have 9 to the 2nd power. 9 to the 2nd power. And so that is all raised to the 5th power. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what if you notice, we are taking our exponent and we are expanding that again. Okay? Okie dokie? Okie dokie. All right. So let's go over a couple that aren't fully given to you. We have 3 examples. Inside the parentheses, what do we have? We have 3 to the 5th. So our base here is 3 and our exponent here is 5. So inside the parentheses, we have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so now we expanded everything inside the parentheses, right? And now that we have that, we need to go ahead and raise that to the 3rd power. So that means that everything inside here is going to be raised to the 3rd power, So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate, or here I'll write it out the first time. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? And we'll go ahead and duplicate this, because I don't want to write it all over again. And duplicate it again. And now you can see that it is all raised to the third power. 1, 2, 3. All right. And so now once I expand it, reorder, whatever, how many 3's do I have? I have 3 to the 15th. So that's my final answer here. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. 10 to the 4th power, all raised to the 2nd power. So what's the base here? 10. The exponent is 4. So inside the parentheses, I have 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. That is all raised to the 2nd power. So I need to go ahead and multiply this by itself 2 times. 1, 2. And so here I have 10 to the 8th power. All right, this last one I'd like you to try on your own. Go ahead and try it right now. Okay. So, if we look inside the parentheses, the base is 7, the exponent is 1. That makes it pretty easy. Inside the parentheses, we should just have a 7. And so, I'm going to move this and duplicate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I have enough space. Let me try to move all this. Wow, that was really dumb of me. I'm going to try that again, but make it smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll cheat the system. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So here you can see that now there's 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our answer here is 7 to the 8th power. All right. Okay, so now we're almost done. We understand power of powers. What does that mean? We look inside the parentheses, expand that, and then we'll take whatever's inside the parentheses and expand it again. So, what do we do when there are variables? Well, same concept. Remember, the first step is always to expand, second step is reorder, and then the third step is to simplify. So here, I'm just going to go over these quickly. The example is 2x to the 5th, all raised to the 3rd power. X is our base, 5 is our exponent. So you can see 2x to the 5th inside. And that's all raised to the 3rd power. So there's 1, 2, and 3. We went ahead and we expanded it. Then we reordered it. We got 1, 2, 3 2's. So 1, 2, 3 2's. X, 5 x's. 1, 2, 3. We expand it. Then we simplify. We multiply 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. And then there's 15 x's. Let's go ahead and look at the next one. 5x squared w all raised to the 2nd power. So here, the only exponent we have is x to the 2nd power. So you can see right here, 5x squared times w. That's all inside the parentheses, okay? So we expanded that first. And now we're going to take that and we're going to multiply that by itself 2 times. So you can see that there's 1, 2 here. Then what we do next is we reorder it. Get the 5's, xx, xx, and the 2 w's coming at the end. And then we simplify. 5 times 5 is 25. X to the 4th, w to the 2nd power. So let's go ahead and take a look at these 2 problems. Okay? These 2 problems. So we have 6x to the 4th. 6x to the 7th. So here our base is x. Our exponent is 7. So the first thing we're going to do is expand. So let's go ahead and put 6x to the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But that is all raised to the 2nd power. So I need to multiply this by itself 2 times 1, 2. And so here, we're going to reorder. So we have 6 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we'll go ahead and simplify. 6 times 6 is 36. And then we have x. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 36x to the 14th is our answer here. Let's go ahead and look at this. What's our base? We have x and y. X is raised to the second power, y is raised to the third power. So first thing we need to do is expand. So inside the parentheses, we have 12xx, y, y. And we're going to raise that to the fourth power. Let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and move all this over, so I can fit this in. So that's first step, expand. 2, reorder. So I'm going to put 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. And then we're going to put the x's next. So times xx times xx times xx times xx. xx, oops, times xx times xx times xx. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Y. And then the last step is finally to simplify. Just, delete that. Simplify. So 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. 12 times 12 times 12. Not 22, 12. Not 22, 12 times 12. Whoa, that's a big number. 20,736. And then we have x to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And y to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that is our final answer. All right, so here we took our knowledge of exponents and we went further. We learned how can we take exponents and then have an exponent of an exponent. So it's called power of powers. If you can always remember, expand, reorder, then simplify, it should be pretty good. Some of you will be able to do this in your head. That's great. I'd like you to practice expanding and reordering so that you can do that well. And then over time, just be like, all right, I got this. Okay? Give me a scale of 1 to 5. All right? And if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you communicate with me. Hopefully you understood and learned something today. Good luck.